Hello everyone. Thank you for joining the live session. Let me just ask you please confirm if I am audible for you or not. Okay, great. So I feel like I'm audible. So hi guys. Uh, Let me welcome every one of you to the live session and hope you are all having a great evening, morning, whatever you're having right now. So I'll be starting the the illustration in a few minutes. I hope to, um, I hope to see you all till the end, and at the end I will be, answering a few of your questions. So please stay till the end, and we can discuss at the end if you have any kind of doubts, or if we can just chit chat a little bit at the end. Hey Gina. Hey. Aman's vlog Arabic is saying no voice. Can you please confirm I'm audible for you? Okay, great. Uh, so guys, let me start today's topic, and I hope to I hope a few more people might join. Okay, nice. The audio is clear. So let me start with the inspiration that I have already shared with you guys. This lehenga that we are going to talk now, this is a bandhani lehenga. So firstly, whenever you start a fashion illustration, you'll have to be clear what exactly that you want to draw. So for now, we are recreating, or we are drawing this particular lehenga, and for that we'll have to just um, watch the details clearly, what exactly there in this lehenga. We can see a lot of sequence work happening. Okay, we went to this website. Let us just go a little deeper and see what do we have in the details. So when we look at the details, we can see that there are a lot of embroidery work that is happening here, and there is bandhani print or dye, whatever is there in the dupatta, and we'll have to see what exactly there. Okay, this is not opening. Okay. So once we are clear on what exactly that we want to draw, then we can start. So firstly, there is this lehenga with a small booties all over, and then there is this dupatta which they have draped in a way that it looks like a dupatta, but it's a jacket. So we'll have to show this in our illustration. So first of all, what is the purpose of illustration? So that is showing exactly what elements that we are adding in the garment, like what details that we have in the garments. So that we need to show through illustration. So for that we'll have to first understand what are the details that we are going to add in the illustration. So once we are clear, this is a lehenga, and let us just see. This looks like a gown for me. Yes, it's in one piece gown, and it has a jacket kind of a draped dupatta thing is going on here. So we'll have to recreate this now. So we are clear like what are the elements and what are the details that are in this illustration. Okay, so once we have decided the design, let's go to sketchbook. So this is my previous work which I was working on. So I will show exactly like how to start off from the design. So we'll go to new sketch, and you can select whatever the canvas size that you want, and then okay, so now we have a blank canvas which we can you know I will be explaining from scratch like how do we start from this. So once we have a blank canvas, the first thing is uh, bringing that picture or inspiration to this canvas. So that can be done once you just have to go to Pinterest or anywhere like your inspiration, wherever it is, you just have to go there and let me download this image first. Okay, I downloaded the image. Let's go back to sketchbook again, and now let's add the image. So what did I do? Let me just uh, go through again. So firstly, after when we open the Autodesk sketchbook, we'll have to press on this icon. Okay, let me show this icon. This is called add photo option. So image will be imported using this. So after clicking this, all your gallery images will be seen, and you'll have to just select whatever the picture that you want to add to the screen. So I have added this to the screen. Okay, so you can see here you can see layers. The image is in the second layer. This is the first layer. So the tricky thing about layers is when we okay, if you want to draw something, trace something, when you write here, but when you erase that whatever you wrote, all the image from the background will be erased because we are working in the same layer. If you don't want that to happen, then what do we need to do is, let me undo my actions. Once we have added this image, let's take this image to the background, and then on the top layer, if I write something in the top layer, and if now I try to erase it, the only the black line which I have drawn, that is gone. So like that layer works. So if you want to work very precisely without disturbing other layers, then you should definitely keep things in mind when it comes to layers, that like in what layer you are working, and working separately uh, in layers, that will help a lot. Because whenever we are working on on an illustration, it is difficult for us to change everything from start, so it's better to erase, work on different layers. I will be explaining about layers in in a few minutes as well, because we will be working on different layers. And yeah, so now, like, if you want to trace this, if I try to draw something over here like this, but the background is very distracting, so okay, for that what we need to do is click on the photos layer. The first layer is the photos layer. This is called opacity. The opacity is at 100 now. When we reduce this, you can see the opacity of the image got a little blur. So now on the next layer we can easily work, because if we want to work with this much of opacity, it will be difficult for us to focus. There is a lot of thing happening here from in the background, so we don't want that distraction for us. For that we'll have to reduce the opacity of this layer, and then I'll be tracing. Okay, the color got changed. Let me select the black color. Okay, so what happened? Okay, see, I'm working in this layer. Due to the opacity is less, the black color is looking a bit gray. So let me undo it. Let me go back to the second layer and trace the design. Like this, we'll be tracing the designs. Let me draw this. Fashion and designs, I didn't get like whatever you're saying. Can you please elaborate, please? Okay, let me make this outline of the face as well. I will be just doing it randomly, because at the end, if we want to change the hairstyle, we can do that as well. So now I'm tracing the hand. Okay, you'll have to uh, wait till how I'm going to recreate the print, the bandhani print, till the end. That is a very fun thing actually. Like, sketchbook is very versatile. Like, every option that I'm using right now is free of cost. Like, you don't have to take any subscription. I totally forgot to mention this in the beginning, that Autodesk Sketchbook is an application which you can use on your Android phone. Currently, I'm using my Samsung Tab. It's an Android tab. Like these options usually available on Procreate, which can be used only in iPad or iPhone. So Sketchbook is one such app which you can use on your Android phone, and that is like the best thing about Sketchbook. And I myself use this very oftenly. So this will help me, create any kind of illustration that I want. Even if I want to create prints, if I want to create any sort of graphic design elements also, I can create logos as well in this. I have done that, and this is very versatile application. Ibis Paint, yes, I have tried Ibis Paint, but that is a bit I kind of um, I mean, how do I put it? I found Sketchbook way better than Ibis Paint. I don't know, the interface or something which I don't, get along with Ibis Paint. But yeah, if you try all the options, then Ibis Paint also works great to create illustrations. But the kind of brushes and everything, like Sketchbook is like the best, I can tell. Clip Clip Studio Paint. I haven't tried that. I would love to try that. Yeah, I'll be trying that after this live for sure. Okay, so I have completed the outline. So let me just go to the image layer and reduce the opacity and show it to you. This is how it looks. A bit like ill-fitted for now, but definitely it will get better, trust me. So yes, yeah, I agree, the interface is bit, you know yeah, I agree. Yeah, there are a lot of brush options as well, but the interface is a bit challenging to get used to. Okay, okay, let me add this here, maybe now. Okay, so I have completed the outlining here. Let me just zoom in and show it to you. uh, yes, here you can see the layer option, and near that layer you can see there is an eye option, like the view. If I click on it, the image will be visible. If I hide it, the image is gone. So like that you can hide and unhide the layer in one click. Okay, now let's, go to Pinterest and find this print that we need. That is quite easy for now because we are working with Bandhani, right? So let me go to Pinterest, search Bandhani print background or Bandhani background, whatever. Okay, we have got a lot of options. Mm, the one that is similar to, okay, we can do differently as well. Like we do not have to, do the exact thing, but we can get inspiration from that and we can change a little bit here and there. I kind of like this. I mean, it's quite different than what we have been drawing now, but let me just browse a few more. How about this? I'm confused. Like, should I do a block print sort of a thing, or Should I go for this brown bandhani? Do you guys have any suggestion, like what should I go with? Like either this is like the brown bandhani only, and where is that other one? Okay, this one, the cow print, the block print. Aman's vlog Arabic is saying brown. Yeah, brown looks good. Shall we go with the brown? Yeah, let's go with the brown. Okay, I have downloaded this image to my gallery. Okay, let's go to sketchbook again. I'm hiding this layer, the image layer. And now let's again click on this add image icon. And once we click that, you can see like the image that we have downloaded, it is here. Okay, we have this image here, and here you can reduce the size, increase the size, whatever you want you can do it. I want to create a pattern out of it that can be done like this. Let me arrange it here. Now let's copy this layer and paste it. When we paste it, you just have to move it like this. Now I want to flip it so that I can join it here and create a pattern out of it. Okay, now let me undo it. So this was the first image that we have downloaded from Pinterest. After copy pasting, we have created this pattern by just flipping the pasted image, and now we have this. And if we want, we can move it. There is this move option here. If you click on this, you can just move your image or the entire layer. Have clicked that, and now let us just I'm not satisfied with the size, so let me reduce it. I want to create another, like a bigger print or pattern. So I have copied this layer, and again now I will be clicking on paste. So now when I clicked copy, the whole layer got copied. So I have got this. I will be placing it. You can see the symmetry is not aligning properly, so I'll just have to move it a bit here, so I'm not getting that perfection. So I will be using this nudge option. When we click on this nudge option, you will see this arrows, a nudge with arrows. Okay, let me just move it. I can just click and move. Okay, let me create. Okay, now this looks good for me. Audio is breaking. Can you please update, like if you can hear it now? Am I audible? Okay. So yeah, we have created, yeah, probably. So we have created this big pile, a pattern. So I'm just moving it. So now the thing is, we are not able to see if this pattern covered the whole image, like the whole illustration or not, or did we gone all over. So we'll have to click on this layer and reduce the opacity to around 50 or 40. Now we can see through this pattern, we can see the illustration from the background. So now we can adjust the size of this pattern according to our design, because we can see like how exactly it is fitting to the design. Previously we were not able to see, so now this looks good. Okay, what do we do now? Let me increase the opacity. Like when I increase the opacity we cannot see anything, but when we reduce the opacity we can see a little bit of design from the background. So by reducing the opacity, we'll have to choose eraser option. You can find eraser option here. Maybe if you're using Android phone, then the interface might change, but you will get every single option that you're seeing me use in your phone as well. Because the app is completely free, you can get all these options as it is. Just the placement of the toolbars will be a little bit different. You just have to search for it. If you cannot find them, then just you can reach out to me, like if you are not able to find any such tool. So now let's come back to the sketch. This is the eraser option. Now I will be erasing the excess print which is not required other than the outfit. So we need only this jacket part. We need print only in this jacket part. So other than that, whatever is there, I'll have to erase it and remove it. So when we manually do it, it will take a lot of time for us. So firstly, we do not need to erase all these things. Like this will take a lot of time. I will be sharing a very useful tip for you, which will save a lot of time when it comes to erasing. Firstly, start with erasing the outlines. Like we do not need here. So whatever the outlines are there, near the outlines, start erasing it. Now I'm erasing near hands because we do not need print on the hand. So let me erase it. And now we are erasing near the skirt part. We need only in this part. So other than that part, we can erase off. So to save a lot of time, we'll have to just erase near the outline. What do we need to do after erasing near the outline? I'll be sharing that in a few minutes. Let me erase this part now. So we are erasing here. Okay, now this part should go. As I said, just erase near the outlines. You do not have to erase all this thing here, because that will eat your time. And there is a very useful shortcut, or you can say a trick in Autodesk Sketchbook which will save a lot of time for you. I will be sharing that in a bit. We are almost there. Okay, I have completed this part. Only this part is left. Let me just quickly erase near the outline and share the trick with you, like how do I erase all the excess part without doing it manually, because obviously that will take a lot of time. Like Okay, we do not need anything here near the okay, I'm almost there. Okay guys, okay, I have completed the outline, erasing near outlines. Now what do? We cannot sit and erase all these things like this, because that is not the way it should be done. There is a very great trick in Autodesk Sketchbook. This is called lasso tool. In lasso tool you can find a lot of options here, and here you can see in lasso we can select any area. Like if you can see, we are selecting it. You might not able to see. Let me just increase the opacity of this layer, because now when I use this lasso tool, I'm not sure like if you guys are able to see this tool or not. Like this is how it looks in white area. I'm sure you might able to see, but not on the print, because it's quite you know the print is quite rushy, so you might not see. So this is how lasso tool looks. And now what do we need to do with this lasso tool is, just watch me doing this carefully. I'm selecting the area. Okay, I have selected this much of area outside the outfit, and now just go to the layer and click on clear. You just saw in one click I have cleared this part. So let me show you again. Select lasso tool, let the setting be let it be the first setting, and then slowly select the part that you do not want. I have selected this much of area here. Now go to the layer and search and click on clear, and now this whole part is gone. Let's remove this neck area. Let's do again. Select the layer, like the area that you want to erase, layer, clear. Now this part I want to remove, clear, gone. Now I will be removing this part, so select this part, click on layer, clear. So this will save like a lot of time. You will be like so relieved after using this feature in Autodesk Sketchbook. You might not have seen this me saying up talking about this feature, because I remember I must have spoken about this feature once in a while in my somewhere in my video. But if you haven't seen that, you can just do it in a way. Okay, now let me select this whole part and clear. This part, clear. Okay, one last time guys, let's do it together. Lasso tool is selected. I'm selecting this area which I do not want. Click on the layer, clear. So like this we have erased all the excess print which we do not need. Okay, so now you can see like there is no outline here, because the layer where we have drawn the outline is underneath the print layer. If you want the outline to be seen here, what do we need to do is send this layer to the backwards. So let me just click like this. I'm holding it, I'm just dragging it, and you can see the outlines here. Let me do it again. Let me show like how do I do it little up close. Hold it. You can see the layer is being hold. You can see here there are no outlines, you can see. And when I send this to the background, the outline is visible now. So like that layer works. Whatever the layer you keep on the top will be visible on the top. Okay, now we have completed the, you know, the important part, which is like adding the print to the outfit. Now let's start with the painting option. So firstly, you can see a color wheel here. The color wheel is available here, and in these shade cards are available. Like there are a lot of shades. You can select the colors whatever you want, and then there is image. So we need this color wheel now. So in our original image, let's go back to that original image once. We can see like there is a red base and there are like bandhani print all over. So here what do we need to do is, I want to do something differently. Like I'm a bit confused. Should we do outfit of this dark orange shade, or should we go with this beige, the background color which is there? Should we do that outfit? I'm a bit confused. Let's decide the color in a bit. If you have any thoughts, you can just comment down. I would like to know like what you want me to do. So firstly, let's understand if, okay, let's assume if we are going with this orange, the dark color. Press on this color wheel, and here you can see a dropper. Once you select a color picker, this dropper, you can see this thing came on, and you just have to click on it, hold it, and select. Like once I move this, you can see like whatever the color it is falling on, you can see that color on that circle. So if I want this black, I'll have to place this dropper on this black. If I want this beige, then I have to place this here. But I need this dark orange or dark brown color. So I have selected that. You can see the color just changed here. Now the color we have picked exactly which is there in this illustration. Now you can see here there is a fill tool option. You will have to click on that, and once you click on that, there are a lot of options available. For now, let's just talk about this, and when it comes to the other options, we can talk about them in our next live sessions. So firstly, we'll have to fill this color. Oops, when I touched, you can see the color has gone all over. That happened because you just have to see like what layer that has been selected. I have selected this layer where the print is there, so that shouldn't be happen. The outline is there in this layer, the above layer. If once I select that, now I click on that, you can see the color has been filled on the desired area. Previously what we did wrong is we went, the layer was, this layer has been selected, so when we clicked on that layer, the whole canvas have been colored. So make sure like while filling the color, or drawing in general, make sure that the layer is selected correctly. And now after filling, let's fill here as well. Okay, Now the filling is done. And I wanted to talk about one important thing here, which is like whenever we are drawing, I got a few I got a few comments where people one of few of you were not able to fill color properly. A lot of you have been facing this issue. So this I wanted to address here, which is like adding color problem. So yeah, you just saw what happened. Let me just So now we have selected the right layer. Though we have selected the right layer, once I click on it, okay, now nothing has gone wrong. Now once I clicked on this area, the color was supposed to be filled only on the face area. But why did it leak? So you'll just go and look at the layer, but you do not see any kind of mistake because you have selected the right layer, but still the color is, you know bleeding all over the canvas. Why did that happen? So a lot of you have been asking me this. So why did that happen means, you can see here there is a slight gap between these two lines. So when we just watch it like this, we won't be able to identify that there is some gap between that line. We just go and fill color and we try to do, but without knowing, the color will be, you know, gone all over the canvas. But if that happens to you, just zoom in as much as possible and find that gap. Like here as well, you can see if we have tried to fill color in this area, the same might have happened. So you just have to zoom in and see like what exactly has happened here. So once you are clear, okay, now I can see I have found out that there is a gap between these two lines. So I'm selecting this and I have joined this. So let me just show what did I just do. So it was like this previously. So due to this gap between these two lines, when I tried to add color here, the whole color used to splash all over the canvas. So what did I do? I just used the pen tool and fixed this by just joining them together. And now let's see if this got fixed or not. Let me color. Yes, you just saw the color is not splashing anymore. So like this we have learned two most important things in this live till now, which is like using lasso tool. How are we going to save a lot of time, and then about filling color. So I hope this live was kind of helpful for you, because no, the live has not ended yet, but I feel like I just don't want it to jump on one to the other topic. I just wanted to explain thoroughly so that a few of you who are interested in learning fashion illustrations, you might you know gain some kind of an information or some kind of a trick from this video. So that is the reason I am doing this live. And yes, so we have learnt of drawing outlines to this illustration, and then we have added prints to this illustration, and then we have learnt how to erase using lasso tool, and then we have we have learnt how to add color to the illustration properly. So Aman's vlog, dark will be, yes, I feel like dark is better. Like, should we, try doing a beige as well? Like, what say? Let me just do it. Let's do it fun. So now again I'm selecting this dropper option, and I'm selecting this beige color. You can see the color just got changed. So let me go to fill tool. Like, I'm in the same layer now. Let me add this and see. Okay, this is beige. What do you think, guys? Like, was brown better or beige? Like, what should we do? I want to know your thoughts as well. Like, what should we do? Brown or beige? Let me know which color, looks good for this illustration. We'll go with that only. Peach color is very beautiful. Peach in the sense, uh, this beige color you mean? Yeah, this looks good as well because it's kind of giving a monochromatic look. Shall we go with this peach or beige color? Orange, very dark. It's looking nice. Okay, a lot of you. Okay, even I like this. Okay, brown creates better contrast. Guys, I'm confused now. What do we do? I want to do something contrast, but this monochromatic is giving a bit very, chic, classy vibe. What say? Should we go with brown or light color? Umbrella effect. What do you mean by umbrella effect? I'm not able to understand. Okay, so let's go with this peach because I want to, you know, go with this. There was some kind of technical glitch happening. I hope you were able to. Uh, I think there was some kind of technical glitch happened. Let's resume our class. Okay, so let us continue this. Now let's, start adding, rendering the skin properly, because now for, adding the shadows to the skin, I will be using pen tool. So how are we going to, you know, add this shadows and folds using pen tool? That is a bit uh, important thing. Like, that's a very fun thing actually. I want more of you to join. Okay, ombre effect, yeah, will be actually I have already shared a video regarding ombre effect. You can just check my channel. You will find that ombre effect video in both English and Hindi languages. If you want to learn that, you can just find that video on my channel. But if you want to, if you want me to draw in the live, yeah, we can do that as well in future. So now let's start rendering the skin. For that I'm using pen tool. So when we click on pen tool, we'll have to, you know, decrease the opacity. Okay, firstly, how do we render the skin? Okay, let's start from that. Um, Once we have added color to the skin, just go to this color wheel and pick this color, and again go to color wheel and just, okay, make sure you select a darker shade of that color. I've selected this, and now when you select pen tool, make sure you reduce the opacity, and now just add such lines. And yes, make sure the layer that you're working is a new layer. So I'm working in a new layer. Let me increase the opacity and add these shadows all over the skin area. So like this, I will be talking like what. Hi Alim, you came late. Don't worry, I will try to upload this live on my channel. Like you can just go back and watch whatever you missed. So I'm adding shadows to the face. So like this, let me hide this layer and show what difference it is making and how you should work. So you can see like there is shadow that I'm adding, which is adding depth to the illustration. Okay, so mostly you need to add this shadows at the outlines at the end of the skin area. Now this area I have added shadow, and now let's add the collarbone and neck bones. Okay, this is how I add usually the collarbone and neck bone. It's a bit tilted. Let's add again. Okay, the brush that I'm using is pen tool for shading. So you can see the settings here, the size and the opacity you can see, and I'm selecting a darker shade to add the shading. Let's add these details which will, elevate the illustration. Okay, like this. I'm adding this collarbone. Let me increase the size. Okay, I want to, okay, let's add the same shade at the hands as well. Let me get another darker shade, a little more darker, and then add few more details like this. You can add a lot of character and depth to the design. I'm not changing the brush. I'm just changing the color. I'm just increasing and decreasing the opacity and the brush size. Let's do few for the ears as well. You can see the illustration quite changed because of this, because without this shading part, the illustration, the body, the skin area was a little completely flat. Now it looks a bit elevated and a lot of detail you can see now. Let me just hide this layer and show what difference did it bring. This is the before, the shading part, and now this is with the shading part. This is like the basic shading that I am teaching you. We will be learning more pro level shading in future, but you'll have to have this kind of, at least this kind of shading knowledge when it comes to fashion illustration. You do not need to have any kind of you do not need to do any facial features, because that is not important, because we are mainly working on the outfit. So let's just learn on how to render the skin and how to add the shadings properly. So that we have achieved with this. Okay, sorry for that slight disturbance. My phone just fell out of the tripod, guys. Okay, let's resume. Now we have completed adding the skin shading part. The reason I told you to add work on a different layer is, if we have done something wrong, or if we want to erase something, when we erase it, only the skin area will be erased. But if we do not work on the different layer, if we work on the same layer, the whole image, the whole illustration will be erased. It will get erased. So make sure to work on different layer, so that like if we want to change anything at any point, we can just do it very easily, because all the things are being all of them are in different layers, so we can just change it immediately. So now I'm adding another layer, and I'm selecting the color black, and let's add the shading for the outfit. I'll be using the same thing, but you can see it's too dark for this. So what can we do is, we can just select from this color and just select a shade which is similar to this outfit. And now let me use the same color with the pen tool option, and add the shadows and folds. Firstly, we are just adding the shadows on the top of the outfit. Let's learn adding shadows at the bottom of the outfit as well. I'm just using this same color. I can increase the opacity and size as well, to give uh, the shadows. Make sure you're working on a new layer. This is what I wanted to say always. You can use this layer and shading option to give such detailing. This is like the armhole detail which I just gave, and like this, let me add the folds and shadows all over the outfit. Okay, I will be answering to all your questions at the end. Let me just, finish this sketch at least half, and then I can, just answer to your messages. Okay, you can see how I am adding the shadows to the dupatta or jacket part. Let me decrease the size so that I can add shadows here, because you can see here the folds will be bigger, because after falling from this area to here, the folds will be bigger, so we can use the bigger size of the brush. But here at the waist, the folds will be little tighter together, so that can be shown using this brush size. Just reduce the brush size and give this folds like this. Now let me increase the opacity and a little bit of brush size as well, and give this option. Okay, now we can see, like, here the gathers or the folds are tighter, but as the dupatta goes down, the folds are bit, wider. So these details you can show during this shadows and folds part. Now let's start adding folds here. It's a dupatta style jacket, so let's do the same here as well. Here at the shoulder part, let's keep the pleats together, the fabric together, and then as the drape goes down, let's just keep it, make it look a bit more wider. Okay, now this part, in this part we do not need that much of an, you know folds, because these are not pleated, they are just normal cut fabrics. So like this, we have completed, adding this shadow to the dupatta or the jacket part. I hope, like, till here everything was clear for you. Now let's add shadows to the dress. Okay, so just watch carefully how do I add folds here, because this is the important part. I'm selecting the brush size to the like bigger brush size and little bit of opacity. And now from here, just okay, this is too big. Let's just go back and reduce it to 11 and see, like this. You just have to add lines here, here, and like this. Just add these lines. This will, add the definition to the fall, like how the flow of the lehenga is going to look. Okay. After adding this, I'm increasing the size and adding more here. Just go with the flow. You will know like what exactly the output that you need. So like that, just keep on adding the folds. Just make sure your the directions that you're doing is right. And now what did I do? Let me increase the opacity and decrease the size and add the details. So the color that I'm using is selected from the print. So I didn't want it to do black shading because that would be, that would become too much for this color, because this color, the base color is very, very, very light and subtle color. So I don't want it to use black and make it look more tacky. So for that reason, I've, I've chosen this shade of orange or brown, which will help us add the shadows, but at the same time it will make the illustration look very classy. So these small minute decisions that you take while making these illustrations will play a lot of uh, a big role. So yeah, just make sure wherever you have left the area. And now, like, the pro tip I'm giving you is like to show the differentiation between this and this, just add a few strokes, like increase the opacity and reduce the size, and just add a few strokes here, like wherever the dupatta is ending, not completely, just here and there. Select the area and just add. Okay, I'll just show you how, okay, now you can see the dupatta looks a bit lifted. Let me undo it and show you. So this was the before. The dupatta and the skirt, there is no like any differentiation. But once I started, adding those strokes under that dupatta, you can see the dupatta looks a bit lifted. So like this, you can just, you know, like when we see from the far, you can see the dupatta is a bit lifted. It might not be, it might not be visible for everyone, but if they observe, these things will be definitely visible. So it was a tip from my end. Let me do it again. Like you can see, there is no differentiation between the lehenga and this dupatta part. Everything looks like everything is going in one direction, one place. So let me just add, okay, not like, let me just add these strokes here, 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 and here. like wherever the dupatta, like wherever the outline has been like lifted, I'm adding this. Let's just see how it is looking. We can even go with the black color as well. This is how it looks. So guys, we have learned quite a few things in this video, but I'll have to end the live here because we will be continuing the illustration in our next live, and I'm planning to come again live on Sunday. So I might come live on Sunday. I will just update the timing with you in my community post. So let's meet on Sunday and we can resume, working on this lehenga. It's been more than 1 hour, so I hope I could, able to explain clearly for you. So I took a lot of time in explaining all the topics because I wanted to be very very sure, and I wanted to be very clear. So hoping to see you all on Sunday as well. And thank you so much for watching this live. And yeah, let's just go through a few of your questions. A lot of you have been asking to reveal my face. I'm a bit shy, so it might take a lot of time for me to get there. So yeah, see you all on Sunday. So the next topic is going to be like the same illustration. I will be resuming and we will complete this illustration in our next live. So thank you so much for joining, and yeah, let's reconnect on Sunday. Bye bye guys.